So today we are going to just discuss about the novel The Invisible Man, written by H.G. Wells. Especially it was for class 12, but it's a pretty interesting novel. So moving on to the novel, first we just get a overview about this. The Invisible Man is about a lone researcher, Griffin, whose discovery of invisibility alienates him from the other people. Basically, he was a researcher who called various type of research like someone is done for the invisibility. At first, Griffin merely wants to be left alone, taking a room in a boarding house and secluding himself with his apparatus. In the midst of ignorant, praying people, he is a figure of some sympathy and mystery. As his means of support diminishes, however, he feels no compunction about stealing from others, viewing his crimes as a necessary way of continuing his research on the way of reversing his invisibility. Here is the summary of the first chapter, The Strange Man's Arrival. This is totally a brief summary. I'm just going to discuss about this. So let's start. The novel starts with a stranger arriving in a snowstorm at the coach and horses at the inn in Epping, a real town in England. He is bundled from head to toe with only the tip of his nose showing. Basically, he was totally covering himself because he was, as discussed earlier, he was totally invisible. So he just wear those type of clothes which just make him to appear like he is designed just to be a man. He is also wearing spectacles with sidelights, which basically looks like goggles. At least one person says he looks like he is wearing a diving helmet. He demands a room and fire in the coach and horses inn. The stranger looks, well, strange, but he has got some money. So Mrs. Hall, the innkeeper, gives him a room. She prepares a supper for him and offers to take his coat and hat, but he refuses to take them off. Still, Mrs. Hall is surprised by his appearance when she sees him in his room without his hat. His entire head is swathed in a bandage. Mrs. Hall assumes that stranger was in an accident. She tries to get him to talk about what happened, but he doesn't want to talk about his accident with her. Instead, he asks her about getting his luggage from the railroad Bramlehurst station. Mrs. Hall tells him that it would be done tomorrow. Griffin remains in a parlour until 4 o'clock. He sits by him by the firelight, smoking or dozing. He seems to be talking to himself. So this was the summary of the first chapter. In the next part, I'll discuss about the second chapter.